All right, y'all, big boy in the house. This is the USA 1 from Kyosho. I remember this from when I was a child in the 80s. They had another version of this. And then they had a nitro version. I believe the other one was, it may have been dual motor, two brushed motors in it, and it was in competition with the Clodbuster. But I always thought the nitro version looked a lot better, in my opinion, because it had a wider stance and stuff for it. But at that time, nitro wasn't the most feasible thing back then. It was a lot of work, in my opinion, as a kid to work with that. But anyway, this is the electric version, and they have an electric version and a nitro version of this. So I'll put links in the description down below if you guys are interested in this. This was, Losi had a Gravedigger, some Gravedigger stuff that have a competition with this one, but I believe those have been discontinued. But this one's still out here. You can purchase this. And of course, this is going to be a 4S vehicle. I've seen some people change out the speed controller and do 6S in here, but even with 6S, it's going to be a lot because 4S a lot. This is a very, very, very torquey vehicle. I think the best thing to do is to run this on 3S, especially if you're doing some kind of monster truck competition or something with it. But you guys can see here how this chassis and stuff is designed, and we'll take a close look. I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but you guys can see the way this rear axle and stuff is constructed for it, for differentials for it. You can see the way the system is set up. And I believe this is set up to do two motors in there where you can do a motor on each side. Like I said, that's going to be very torquey for this. And this is not really considered a basher where you want to take this off road and do some huge jumps. But I am going to speed test it. I'm going to just run it off road briefly too when I do that. So let me go ahead. Let's get this open. Let's see what we got inside. Pulling this top off, there is the beauty in there. Radio stuff is going to be here. So let me go ahead and pull this out. Now, this does have zip ties on it, so that's kind of why it sits a little bit lower. But let me go ahead. Let's pull this out. And gotta love the smell of the new RC car. And take a look at this. All right, there he is. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on unboxing this because this has been out for a couple of years, several years, I think it is. Try to get these body pins out so I can rip this plastic off of here. I think in the rear, more like that, but pulling this off, and this body is pretty close to the real one. I mean, it's got, for an RC car, the detail stuff they're putting in this making a lot of noise is actually really good. Now, it does come with a 2.4 gigahertz radio. I mean, these Kyosho radios are good, so there's no reason to even I guess talk about this in any kind of way. I mean, nobody's had any issues with this, and this is kind of standard they put with this, with a lot of their vehicles and stuff, even their 8-scale vehicles and stuff too. So pretty good radio, no issues, no problems I've ever had with these. Now, this does come with these light bars that can go on top of it, but I'm not going to worry about putting these on because if I roll the truck, which I'm going to try not to, these are probably just going to break it off at some point in time. It's not a heavy vehicle, which is good. It's not really heavy. With that, but you guys see the way this body and stuff constructed. It does have side mirrors for it. These somewhat flex a little bit, but I'd be worried about really running this hard. And like I said, it's not really meant to be a basher like you would, I don't know, a Creighton or something like that. It's not really meant to be there, an Outcast, but you can take it off road and have some fun. It does, like I said, have that authentic monster truck look. And you guys know I love monster trucks, and I love these tires and wheels on it. So taking this off, pull this up just a little bit. You guys see that motor is kind of attached there to the front part of this. These should be pretty good and pretty sturdy. I haven't seen anybody break these in any videos. I just know that it's very, very torquey. And that's going to be a look at the inside. So I may be able to squeeze one of my 4S lipos in here. That way I may be able to just run one, but I may have to put two lipos in it. We'll see in just a minute. But that's going to be the way this is constructed on this. So look at that wheelie bar. That wheel is off. Turn this around, just got moved, and there it is. Now, this is a rubber wheel bar, a rubber wheel, a rubber tire on here, so it's not plastic. So when it hits, it's going to absorb a little bit of that impact and stuff. And that's going to be the inside of this vehicle. I think this is a 2000 kV motor. I have to look at that. This is about 120 or maybe 30 amp speed controller. It looks really small in this vehicle, but I've seen people put bigger speed controllers in there for more power and still run it on 4S. And I think someone out there even did a dual motor setup for, which is going to be a lot of power and torque for this. And like I said, these zip ties are on here, so I'm going to go ahead and clip those off in just a minute before I run it. But you guys see it comes with plastic threaded body shocks there. No problem with any of Kyosho shocks or anything like that. And it can use 2 lipos, or if you can find a 4S and just run one in here, you can do that. It's just got these body clips where you pull this out on each side. But what's cool about this is that you guys see that it extends out. So you're not limited to just a small, thin 2S. You could do a 4S or a thicker 2S, or however you want to do it, but you're not limited to just a 2S size 3S lipo or something like that. So that's a good thing with this. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on this at all looking at this. I want to get this out. Let's speed test it. And then let's also take it off road just for a quick run around the park or something. All right, y'all, out here for this speed test. I did just use one 4S LiPo battery, so it did fit in after doing those adjustments for it. We are going to make sure that this GPS, of course, is always catching. I think this is about 38 to 40 miles per hour, but it's really torquey. So I'm gonna build up to the speed with this. It has got a gangster lean on. I'm gonna have to fix that leaning, but let's go. That's actually smooth. Ooh, almost feel like I lost a little reception there. Oh, there it is. There's that wheelie. All right, let's bring this on back. Let's see what we got on this first pass. May have to do some adjustment on the suspension just a little bit, but let's see what we got on this first pass with this. I'm thinking we got, it looked about 40 maybe. Let's read it and see. 36. All right, let's try this one more time. Start this on back down. Said this is not gonna be a bash, so you won't see it that much on there, but like I said, as a kid, really wanted the nitro version of this because just the way it looked, the stance and everything. And now they released this one, so. Full speed pass. If we're going off-road and what you're gonna do with this, you don't need, I mean, you can do it, but you don't need a 60 mile per hour truck. You're just gonna tear it up. All right, let's see what we got. I'm trying to take it easy because I do not want to flip out here on this concrete with this beautiful white body on there. And you guys see how soft those brakes are, which is good. So I won't have to worry about it flipping forward. All right, I doubt we beat that 36, but if this is stop freezing up, come on. GPS is messing up. Let's see what's going on here. For some reason, this is just froze up. So not sure what's going on. That did look like it may have possibly been a faster pass, but the GPS for some reason is freezing up. So let me see if I can redo this real quick. Let's see what's going on. Maybe this is reading this. If not, we're gonna go with 36. I don't think this is gonna read right. All right, not sure what's going on, but let's see if it even caught any of that. Everything is kind of acting weird today, electronically wise. Computer messed up a little bit earlier today too, so I don't think this is getting a reading at this at all. All right, I rebooted this. Let's see. We're going to try this one last time. I think I can get about 38 out of this. I think I was getting about 38 out. I just want to see if this is going to catch, which is catching now. You guys see there. So let's go ahead. Let's take this down one more time. Don't even have to go that far. All right, let's go. Truck is cruising though. I do got to give it that. All right, I just want to see if we can beat that 36 before we take this around the corner to the park just for some mild driving. Let's see if this got it. If not, we're going to call it 36. 37, all that for an extra mile. So 37 miles per hour. I'm just going to take this around the corner and just run it off road and get a little dirty. So I'm probably not going to jump it, but I'm just going to run it off road, get these tires a little bit dirty and just see how it performs off road. All right, y'all, this is where we wanted to run this bad boy at. Just get over here, do some mild running with it. see how it performs. I thought about the ramp, but I don't want to bust it up. I really don't. So it's got good cruising speed with it. I think stock out the box, you'll be fine. How it runs, the brakes are soft enough to where that's full brakes. You don't have to worry about it flipping forward. So they did a good job with that right there. Ooh, there we go. Do watch that throttle. I think this is like a Max 10 or something, rebrand or something. So you may be able to adjust that throttle curve somewhat. Or if you're easy on your throttle, I was gonna say trigger finger throttle, you can kind of do what I'm doing here. I don't know. For me, just getting this out here and running this, seeing these big old tires with these white wheels getting dirty is a childhood fantasy, y'all. It really is. So I'm glad Kyosho did this. I hope they bring back other vehicles like they have the, they have the Big Brute, the Big Boss. It would be nice if they did that on this platform. I wouldn't care if they just changed the body out, but it'd be nice to have that selection too, especially the Big Brute. Maybe they'll redo those at some point in time, but if you guys don't remember that, maybe I'll do a history of Kyosho at some point in time. I'll do a history of all these companies. Sit down and do that so you guys will know, at least from my standpoint. Maybe that'll give you guys a point of view of how my childhood was and seeing a lot of this stuff and wanting everything but didn't get them, and now they've re-released a lot of this stuff and I still haven't got them all. Man, this is running good. I don't need any more speed on this. I think if anybody changed anything, they may get a stronger servo, but look at this thing go. If I had some extra car bodies, I'd definitely be out here trying to crush them, but I don't have any. Yeah, this is running good. I like it. I know this isn't the super bashing video you guys wanted to see, but for me, I've had a smile on my face since I've brought this out here. So you guys don't know they do have the Optima, Turbo Optima, Optima Mid out there. So they did bring like a lot of those, the Ultima and all that. So that's a good thing too. I think if you were going to somewhat compete with this, you would definitely need to get a stronger, faster servo, do some suspension adjustments with it, because they do kind of go around the track. Horizon Fest is, of course, this year, I think it's June, so they do kind of have a monster truck class. So if you were going to try to possibly bring something like this and be competitive, you might be good out the box if you can do some slight adjustments for it and change this servo out. Ah, no! I don't think it's too bad though. Probably just a little dirt and dust on there. Trying to avoid that somewhat. Yeah, that's not too bad. Look at them dirty tires, them dirty big old tires. I will run this for a few more minutes. I'll probably have to, if I do bash, to think about getting another body for it at some point in time. But it still won't be no serious bashing like you guys think. Let me see if I can do a quick donut before I end this video. Get that reverse going. That's perfect for reverse. All right, let's see if I can do this before I end this video. And I'm just gonna drive this in general. I'm just gonna enjoy it instead of worrying about trying to shoot a video and all that stuff. I think I can get it. Not enough dirt, but nope. Not enough dirt. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm gonna drive this until this battery dumps. So it's gonna be about another 15, 20 minutes, but definitely want to get this out, run this, show this to you guys. I love it. Look at them dirty big tires. I always thought about that when I was a kid. So good job with this Kyosho. I'm glad you guys brought this out. Maybe I'll look at getting the nitro version at some point in time. Maybe doing a head-to-head or something, I don't know. But anyway, put your comments down below, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.